Okay, so first off, what is your name and what do you do here?
Oh, so my name is Janisha Slaughter. I'm a fourth year student at UNCA, and I'm currently the program coordinator for something called the Facing Project. So can I tell you a little bit about
Oh yeah,
that?
please do.
Perfect. So it is an effort to address issues and build community through storytelling. So right now, we're in the process of recruiting student interviewers, and we have community member interviewees, and we're talking to people who have been affected by or working with the housing issue that we have here in Asheville, because we are at 1% vacancy rates. We do have 6 to 9 people moving here per day. We do have a lot of people retiring here, raising the property value of places where people have lived for generations, so those people can't afford to live here anymore. And we also get all of our money from the service industry, so the people who live here can't afford to live here anymore. So as Asheville's getting big for all of these things, it is also going to implode on itself for trying to exaggerate those benefits too much. So we're just trying to figure out how to address that issue at this point. And so we're having community members who are going to be our interviewees for this project sit down with UNC Asheville students who are going to answer some questions, do an oral history basically, and we're going to turn those into first-person narratives, which get turned into a book, which gets turned into a performance piece that we're going to have by the end of this semester. And so hopefully it'll be a really great space to hear these stories up close and personal of what's going on in Asheville, try to address some solutions, and then also have a conversation afterwards about, okay, now that we know what's going on, we know how it's affecting people, where do we go from here?
That's so cool. Oh, wow. That's huge. That's like such an issue here.
Yeah.
So how did you get involved with that? And was this your idea or was this something? Oh, okay.
So I definitely should have mentioned that. So the Facing Project is actually a national effort because the UNC Asheville is involved with Campus Compact. We were able to have a grant to be able to participate in this program. So it started in the Midwest area, I believe, and it's addressed issues of like autism, of homelessness, and depression, and other things that people are facing in various cities across the country. So we just get to tap into that network and this structure, the Facing Project, and we just have the particular issue of affordable housing because it's real. It's very, very real here. I think I got tapped to do this because last year we did affordable housing through our Social Justice Coffee Hour program, which is now MSP. And yeah, it was just like really wild having these people who are dealing with this housing issue, either because they're like living through it or they're making policy decisions. We had a panel to speak with them, and we saw, it was really great to have UNC Asheville students be able to face this problem and see what it looks like pretty head on from a generational perspective. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's really cool. Okay, so I guess 2 more questions evolving around that.
Yeah.
So how do you think the response was of students to this?
So far, between last year and between the work I've done on it this year, shock. I think a lot of students have absolutely no idea what's going on in this city. They hear blips of it's too expensive, or do you know about East End, South Side, and Riverside, and Bergen Street, and all these communities that have been affected by it, but no one knows the history, no one knows the story, and no one knows how real it is around them. So it's been really amazing seeing students woken up to this issue, and definitely seeing their like newfound personal investment in it of like, this is affecting real people, and our school is really big for making an impact, and so it's really cool that students have found like this is where they want to start putting energy into trying to find solutions in the way that we can as one part of this giant community.
That's really cool. That's awesome. And then what has been your favorite part of getting to do this so far?
The connections, the ones I've made personally, and the ones that have helped me generate. That's my primary goal with this, is to get first and second year UNC Asheville students who may not have known about this their last year. By that point, they're trying to figure out where they're going for grad school or for work or whatever. Get these people invested within their first year being here, and then going, all right, you have a community member to talk to, you have their wisdom, now take it. And so I've gotten exposed to some really amazing people around Asheville, and now I'm getting to show other people these really amazing people. So building bridges, building connections has definitely been the best part of the Facing Project.
That's awesome. That's so cool. And would you say that's probably been your favorite part of working for the Key Center in general?
Yeah, definitely. The resources, the people. It's a really cool space we have here, and it's doing really great work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. So yeah, one of like I was saying, one of my big goals is to get like who the Key Center is and what the Key Center does. So some questions sort of in that vein, this maybe broader sense of like the Key Center in general. So what do you think one of the most impactful, or maybe just like coolest thing the Key Center does is?
The coolest things we do. We do so many cool things. I'm trying to find one right now.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to stick with the ASC trips. So that's our alternative service experiences. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Amanda's probably talked to you about it, but I think that's really great that students are like, we only get so many breaks, and even our breaks aren't breaks because we still have papers and we still have work and all these other things. But to see students who are like, I want to take my time off and I want to turn it into something bigger than myself is like one of the coolest things, because that's what this center is all about. It's about taking our really unique point of experience as being students, the really unique schedules we have, the really unique skills we have, and being able to funnel it into a totally different direction that like academic learning can't do by itself. It's putting us hands-on, it's putting us face-to-face with these issues that we're always reading about and discussing in class. So I think ASC is one of those great examples of like, shows you how much students want to be involved and shows you that there is a way to get them involved that combines that academic sphere with that community engagement sphere. And it just engages you in an issue that's big in this country, in our particular region, and in our world. So that feels really, really cool.
Yeah. So have you gotten to do any of those trips?
Yeah, I got to do Jones Valley Urban Farm last spring. I was actually the peer leader with that, with my peer leader Echo. And Jones Valley Urban Farm is just a farm that's in the middle of the city of Birmingham, Alabama. So you have this large urban space, and then there's just like some food being grown right here. And it also works with students to teach them about like healthy eating. And it's just a really cool way to like, there's too many people that don't know anything about food, where it comes from, what it looks like in the ground, how you pull it up, all of the nutrients we need from it. So that was just a really great experience to talk about food justice, what it means to have access to food, what it means to know how to grow it, what it means in terms of environmentalism, and also like racism, because we were in Birmingham, Alabama, we got to go to the Civil Rights Museum, and to get to see the intersectionality of just like racism, classism, food justice, environmental justice was really cool.
Yeah, that's gotta be kind of life-changing.
Yeah.
So far, everyone that I've talked to about those trips has said that it's like really changed them.
Yeah.
Which that's pretty insane. So, I mean, obviously, for someone like you who's so involved in this, there has to be something that deeper than just like, oh, this is something I want to do. Like, what is it that drives you to like do stuff like this?
I'm really lucky to go to a public university, which means that the people of my city and my state are helping pay for this education. And I want my education to be used for something good and something bigger than me. So I love that a space like the Key Center exists that gives me an opportunity to be a part of learning, which is something I love very deeply. I love getting new knowledge and sharing it, because I do want to be an educator after school. And also being within this community and using the resources that we have as a university center, like the clash between that academic learning and that like engaging with the community is what's really cool about this space to me. What was the question again? I think I like lost it.
No, that was perfect. That was spot on. That was
Okay.
Great. And so I guess, okay, so even broader, if just in the most summed up way possible, how would you describe what the Key Center does?
The Key Center takes learning and makes it real and gives it a positive impact.
That's good. You should brand that. You should try that. That's perfect. And this one might be a little more complicated to answer. It's okay if we can't. But who is the Key Center?
Who is the Key Center? Students like you. Yeah, but it's everyday students, and then also Rob, like a really bomb director who is really, really great about listening to what his other staff members has to say, and then also being a great guiding force. And then I'm working with some like proactive energized and empathetic students who like are doing this as more than a job. They're doing this out of love. So it's really cool to be surrounded by people who are driven and caring and are wanting to make the changes we need to see in this world.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's a great answer. Cool. I think that's good. And just for my own benefit, is there anything that you can think that you'd want to add that I haven't hit on? Because this is definitely a learning experience for me, figuring out who you guys are and what, like I said before, I want to tell y'all's story.
Yeah.
So like, if there's any part of that you want to add, by all means.
Okay. There's something I'm trying to say, and I want to get the right language for
Yeah.
it. I think this space is a real investment, and I think it's something that should definitely be prioritized on our university that prides itself on making an impact. Let me still try to find the right words without
take your time.
going
Yeah,
where I want to go with this.
no rush.
I hope that this university, I hope this space continues to grow, and I hope that people come to see the real value and benefits that are coming out of it. And I hope we can embed this more throughout our curriculum so that this is a part of everyone's life, because this is about as real as it gets, and I think that there's great work being done here. So, yeah. You probably shouldn't include any of that. I was trying to say something different, but it's okay.
Oh, I think it's great. I think it's great. Yeah. Cool.